Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Oh, if anybody want to sponsor my channel, I'm looking for sponsors. Feel free to hit me up. And the funny thing is, I can feel rumblings like, "Why do you want sponsors? And you say you have money." Well, stop watching commercials when you watch TV, or stop watching previews when you go to the movies. All right, OPMs is. Let me explain. I'm gonna do a video on OPM. Now I'm gonna put that on my Patreon. OPMs, okay? Google OPMs, and that will start your maturation and how to become rich and successful. All right, moving forward. I've been licking my chops on this shit. Ooh, I've been licking my chops on this one. Errol Spence. Let's get the direct quote because I definitely don't want to misquote my. Not at all. It's on Errol Spence Twitter, right? I've been saying this for years as it relates to Oscar De La Hoya, and I'll say this too. Um, I remember when I got information. When I got the information that Devin Haney was in meetings with Oscar De La Hoya, I immediately went to my YouTube channel and started talking. This was a while back because I wanted to use my platform to enlighten and encourage and remind people about the racist tactics that Golden Boy uses and have used for years. And Errol Spence being at the top of the food chain, and he's always been top of the food chain in terms of his character. But now that he has the attention of the entire boxing public, he said something which was so important, so valuable, and exceptionally powerful. And I quote, basically, Oscar De La Hoya tweeted at him, says, come, let me help you be a promoter. Let me promote you, yada, 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 etc., right? It's not about what Oscar said. It's about how Errol Spence responded. Quote, brother, no, sorry. Quote, wrong tweet. Quote from Errol Spence, you don't treat black fighters well, brother. End quote. I've been saying this for years. I got so much slack, and I appreciate I appreciate Errol Spence validating what I've been saying for years. I disagree with them on the emails. They kicked me out of the press room. I haven't got a credential from Golden Boy in some time now. It's been years. And They go after Al Heyman, and I think it's incredibly important that black fighters fully grasp and understand their value and power and use their platforms for the betterment of the next black man that's coming up behind them and making it easier for the black man that's in front of them, because it's no way in hell we should subjugate ourselves to be inferior to anyone in this business. Uh, Errol Spence is using his platform. I was sitting in the back of the media room. I was recording. You guys can tell from my angle of the press conference. I was all the way in the back and recording. All the seats were full. And every word Errol Spence said, my respect for him grew and grew and grew. And Errol Spence has always said these things. He's always given us tea leaves or dropped breadcrumbs in terms of his integrity and love for his culture, right? Or our culture. And like playing the J. Cole song. You guys didn't get it. You guys, people in the comment section, why are you singing the whole song? Or reading it? Because I think it's important. He and Deontay Wilder in New York holding a press conference talking about the inequalities of blacks in America. Um, you know, him being the middleman and smoothing out the wrinkles between Tank Davis and the Charlo brothers. He's dropped subtle tea leaves. When he walked out in the ring, he came out with his high school band. He came out with another Dallas rapper, Yellow Beezy. That's going to be his song. He might as well play it every time he comes out because that's going to be his song. It's like Mike Tyson in his white towel and no socks. That's what we expect, and that's what he gave us. No socks, white towel and no socks. I don't know if I said white socks. And uh, I I respect that. I genuinely respect that. And um, He was blatantly upset at black fighters not being on code. I'm gonna make this another video. It's not about him right now, but let's talk about Oscar. No fighter with any melanin in their skin that originates from the continent of Africa. And I said continent of Africa. I don't care if you're UK black, Australia black, America black. You should not sign with Oscar De La Hoya because he is not good for the sport. All right, he has a, and we're not even going to talk about his personal demons. We're just talking about the mantra and the and how he runs his business. You know, for him not to acknowledge and or respond to those emails will forever hurt his pockets. While I have a platform, it's just what I feel and what I believe. You know, and it's important that we hold our ground. And we should be celebrating. It was a breath of fresh air listening to Errol Spence at that press conference last night. A breath of fresh air. And I have another man to root for. You will now be getting more videos from me about Errol Spence. He will now reside in the same wing as in this big old mansion that I have with Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence. And there's many more rooms too. I encourage every black fighter, stand up for what you believe in. If you believe something is racist, say it's racist. If you believe you're being depicted as inferior, say it. The sport of boxing cannot go on without your participation. Simple. It's a simple equation. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself. If you can't do that, you will forever be in trouble. All right? And Oscar De La Hoya, it's over, man. It's over. Run your regional promotional company. Oscar, Canelo is 90% of your revenue, and we all know this. And there's nothing bad I can say about Canelo. He's a hell of a fighter. He cheated with 2 tests, you know, and it's terrible, man. And Oscar is becoming more of a joke than anything. If he's not drunk, if he's not, or let's say, if he's not under any type of controlled substance, is that what it's called? Controlled substance. He's on the other side. He's being clowned by other people. You know, from the fishnets to the public drunkenness, and to now black fighters standing up verbally, and visually, and physically standing up to Oscar and say, "No, we don't want your service." I love it. Absolutely love it. I've been fighting this fight in media, literally alone, for the past 3 years, probably. Alone in media. I'm talking about on the ground. I'm not talking about in the social media blogosphere, you know. And Errol Spence validated what I believe in, what I believe to be true, about Oscar De La Hoya and how he runs his business. So, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And what a time. What a time. Now, I'm anxious to see what fighters will follow in the footsteps of Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence. And not just speaking on the negative about what's going on in our society, but with the positives. Bring light to the greatness of being a black man in America. Bring light to being a great father. You know, I'll tell you guys a cool story. It's not really a cool story. But Errol Spence was, someone's about to walk in my door. Oh, okay. Errol Spence, that's that noise is that ring means that a car pulled in the driveway or something. I encourage everyone to get one of them things on their bell, your doorbell. It sees everything that goes on in and around your house. So anyways, man, as I digress, he has a Range Rover, and someone was driving, and in the back he had his daughters in his arms, and I thought that was pretty dope. You know, he didn't know that I was looking at him. He didn't know to care, but in his real moments, in his real lives, I admired that. So he has some of the most beautiful daughters you ever want to see. You know, I told him, as his endorsement goes, he needs to get his his daughters the same contracts, doing their own, because man, they're gorgeous, full of life, great personalities, and so moving forward. So salute to Errol Spence, man. And this will not be the last video I do on this subject. Uh, I love it, man. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.